Hello, everyone. We have audio? We do. Woo! You know, you gotta double check these things. Nip it in the butt. Welcome back to Mighty Misfit Menagerie, or...
Yes.
That was pretty good, except for Rio.
Attacked.
Tonight we're doing Candlekeep Mysteries, book something entitled Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor. This is going to be episode 2. And now that I'm realizing it's probably going to be in episode 3. Sorry, more for you to watch, I guess.
But this one's episode 2.
This one's episode 2.
Sarah's got secrets.
She got
to figure them out. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if you're watching this on Twitch, hey, thanks for sticking around.
If you're not watching this on Twitch, do you not like?
How dare you?
Yeah, if you're not watching this on Twitch, click on the Discord that's in the description of the YouTube video you're watching. Join that, and then tell us why you don't watch on Twitch. Anyways,
I like it. Just to make it awkward.
And why it's Margarita's fault.
Sexist. Right? Thank you.
I am stirring the pot even before we start game. Carol, would you mind giving us a recap of Sarah and her mysteries from last episode?
I would absolutely love to. As we have all been informed, the lady of the Yellowcrest Manor does have secrets. What she doesn't have is a tongue. Our lovely Zindi here was doing research in the library, attempting to become the best adventurer that she could be, and in the process came across a book with much more than words, as an apparition rose from its depths to present itself to her, telling her that this was its journal. As she began to peruse the pages, trying to communicate with the apparition, she eventually brought it to the rest of the team, where, as a group, in communication with this apparition, and yes or no questions, given the communication difficulties with lacking a tongue, we found out that there was a murder at Yellowcrest Manor.
We ended up summoning a raven that she possessed.
Yes, and spoke. The murder at Yellowcrest Manor has gone unsolved. It was blamed on a wrongful person, as the true culprit, the lord of the manor at the time, escaped to the countryside. But what he summoned that led to the deaths of his family and Sarah herself is still possibly at large within Yellowcrest Manor, inside the city of Splendor, Waterdeep. We took a ship and sailed down to Waterdeep, where we encountered some very interesting phenomena in the water itself. Moments of storms, moments of calm, moments of what appeared to be a sphere around the ship itself, changing the flavoring of the food.
Made everything spicy.
Why is it space?
Oh my goodness.
Arriving in Waterdeep, we did our best to make kind entry into the manor, which led to a little bit of bludgeoning and whatnot with the...
And through a rocket merchant.
Yes, we did. Upon which time we found a secret door once we were able to investigate the manor alone. And I believe that is where we left off, unless there is something that Carol did not remember to write down.
Well, we got into a secret area as well.
Yes.
Me and Mist Form, and then we ended as I hit the lever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys met Arnold, the servant of the current family
Yes.
that has bought and now resides in the former Yellowcrest Manor, excuse me. They are not at home presently. They are out on vacation, so Arnold has had a few days off, and when you encountered him, he had already had a bit of the bubbly.
We offered him a lovely, some location in Sword Coast Red, Cholton Red, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But then he unfortunately passed, as he was allergic to fire.
He didn't pass, thankfully. He just was put to forceful sleep.
Yeah, he was compelled, if I remember
Compelled to
correctly.
sleep, yes.
No, we compelled him to run away, and I think he hit his head.
Yeah, I think it was that he ran into something in his
Oh my God.
startleness and then fell over.
Yeah.
But you guys put him to bed nicely, tucked him in, and kind of framed him to make it look like he got really drunk and hurt himself.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh.
It happens.
Some people just can't handle their violence.
Some people just need to be pushed to their rock bottom.
Yeah.
I'm always happy.
What nice about limits? Finding others. Great.
Oh my god, that was great. I love that so much.
Fenlon found a hidden doorway. You guys all stepped through. The doorway closed, and that's where we ended. We're gonna pick back up. The curtain's gonna raise, and you guys are going to be in a small hallway, corridor rather. Ceilings match the ceilings outside, and it's gonna go down a little bit ways, about 10-15 feet, and then it's gonna take a left. And there are no decorations on the wall. The wall is bare brick.
I wonder if the family that lives here even is aware of this.
Does it look like anyone's been through here lately? Like, is the floor covered in dust or
It
whatever?
is. It's dusty. There's almost a musk in the air. It's the air in there is still.
I don't mean to be paranoid, but from past
ahead.
experience, have your kerchiefs or mouth coverings at the ready if the air is still and there's no outlet for it. Best be ready.
Excellent idea.
I
Then
kneel
you
down
pat
to
around.
my grass hounds and go, you guys don't need to breathe, so don't
They all being told they don't need to breathe. They're a little sad. As you make your way down the hall, that left is just to a stairway.
Up or
The stairway
down?
leads down.
Down. Is there ominous music playing? Because I feel like there should be ominous music playing.
Like the sound of breathing.
In Zindy's head, there probably is.
Yeah.
As this becomes a cinematic cutout.
Well, if I were doing a dark ritual, this would definitely be the place I'd be going to.
She referenced the basement previously.
Yeah, dark vision.
I was gonna say, how is it dark in here? Is there any kind of light source?
It is dark. Those of you who have dark vision can see that there. I wish I knew what they were called, but the
Sconces?
sconces. Yeah,
Mhm.
there are sconces on the wall that were previously used. They also have dust and don't look like they've been used in a while.
I will use prestidigitation to magically light the sconces.
Okay.
Mhm.
As the sconces become lit, like I described
Yeah.
before I should have. Plain brick walls, dust.
Each time it switches, because I'm having them follow us as we move so that we're not lighting the whole hallway because I can't do that. They do change color slightly. So we go from a yellow to a pink to a green to a blue to a purple.
You know, no matter where you are, you always find a way to have some style, and I appreciate this.
But you have to get creative or otherwise you get bored.
Oh, a fate worse than death. if you ask me.
What are we doing?
Down the stairs.
Down the
Yeah.
stairs?
How tall is this room? Because I figure Zindy might have to be crouching a little bit, depending on how high up the ceiling is in this hidden hallway.
Tag on to that. Does it seem that this used to be a part of the house, or does this seem different from what we've experienced thus far in the house? Like, is the stonework similar to what we've experienced?
The stonework is similar.
Okay.
The stonework is similar. The roof is about 15 feet up, I want to say. I may have
Oh,
said 10 before, but about 15, similar to the outside of the house, where that was going to be the second story.
Okay. Got it.
As you go down the stairwell, it is
Should I go
normal.
first or you? I'm worried that the stairs might not be able to hold you.
Are they stone?
You're made of stone, bro.
Still way less than you.
Are the stairs stone or wood?
The stairs are stone.
Oh, okay, never mind. I wouldn't have said that. So it's like
Bad shame.
I didn't fat shit.
No, I was like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
If anyone, Benton's the one with the dad gut.
We actually have no idea what Bo's body looks like. It's just inside.
But Dwarrel's weigh like 450 pounds.
He could be a total twink in there.
Lots of room inside this shell. Is there a pecking order that we want to go down, or are we?
That's what I was trying to establish before I was rudely like,
I mean, you said it in a rude way,
Yeah.
so that's why.
I'm
I
in
go- I go
alignment
first.
with the table.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go third behind these two boys.
And I'll go last behind Zindy because I don't want to leave her behind.
Yeah, no, I'll be near the back.
I mean, no offense, but I feel that if we were in a horror play, I would expect you to be picked off.
Oh.
That's fair.
Just based on the narrative.
I mean, you could also subscribe to a narrative where, being the most innocent of us, she's the only one who survives the horror.
That is true.
To balance, beauty and innocence against the horror of the world.
But I would rather not risk it.
As Bo trots down the stairs,
Well, we're walking and talking.
Cautiously.
there are still sconces on the wall, albeit just on the right side as you go down. They're fewer and further between, and at the bottom, there are, as you reach the bottom, Bo, you see a plain square room in front of you. There's no doorway, and there are some sconces along the wall, 2 on each side.
So I can only light 3 of these.
Well, if I remember correctly, I was looking at my items here, and my lantern of revealing, didn't I use that before to try and find hidden entrances and things of invisibility? So it does give off 30-foot radius of dim light and 30 feet of bright light. So
I'll snuff out all of my
I
prestidigitation.
also have mine, and that's good for 6 hours on 1 pint of oil.
So as to not have to do mental math and figure out how you have to move the lantern around, I'm just going to say it lights the room.
So then I would probably be closer to the front just to try and use the lantern.
Once we're in the room.
Okay. Yeah. It's a
So
very
that-
fun room.
Item only helps us with invisible.
It says it
wouldn't-
gives off 30 feet
No, but it wouldn't reveal a secret door, is what I'm saying.
if it was invisible.
That's true. If it was an invisible door, it would reveal it.
That's what I was looking for.
I'm going to cast guidance on Naya and be like, there's probably a secret door here.
I would like to investigate secret doors.
Absolutely.
What's guidance do?
1d4.
An extra triangle.
An extra triangle. Right. Oh, keep doing this right. Get out of it, and then I gotta get back in the freaking snow.
Freaking
You don't have the snow?
Okay, 15.
15. Naya, as you poke around the room, there's nothing of even real interest.
Seems to be a boring room.
There's some
Are we-
papers scattered on the floor, but there's no.
Are they blank?
I don't know.
Look at the papers.
A couple of them have scribbles and notes and whatnot. There's one you find that has a circle drawn on it. And I don't know if you quite recognize what that circle is.
Does it look magic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I show that to
Cindy.
you guys. I don't know.
We show it to new.
Does that match the diagram that Sarah described?
Does it match the diagram that's it looks very similar. Yeah. Maybe are we in the basement? Is this where it happened?
I
Look around for blood.
This could be the room. I mean, she watched from the staircase.
Do I see any old blood on the ground?
Just any old blood.
Any old blood. Investigation, maybe?
Go ahead and roll investigation. What's everyone's passive perception?
Passive perception, 11.
11 for the
Oh.
passive.
Oh no, passive perception, but my
17.
investigation. Oh, that's bad. 9.
I could help you look.
Would you mind?
I would
Looking for
love to.
blood.
Yeah, say
Let's keep-
looking in
yeah.
the shadow of your lantern.
There. Oh, 12.
This is why we have dice jails.
Yeah.
There's no stains or anything. It's
Okay.
been cleaned. The
Maybe-
previous family had to move out.
Yeah. So, well, if we don't even know if this was here. There's no blood.
They cleaned the secret passageway that really seems strange.
What about looking for traces of magic in here?
Oh, I can do that.
While Zindi was examining the ground, something felt off. Maybe it was Shantea saying something to you or making her presence known, but the air felt different. It shouldn't be this crisp and cold when the previous hallway was still.
Hmm.
There's something definitely odd about this room.
You start knocking on walls.
Okay.
Do we? I can look for anything magical.
I will. Kirill has read too many pulp novels, and I will pull each of the sconces to see if any of them like twist out and
Yeah.
open a door.
Yeah.
I just want to.
No, it's a lovely idea. It could... How fun would that be?
One of these times it'll lead us to a new room.
Enjoy your sconces.
Zindi, if you want to look for magic, I'll look for.
Clerk skills better.
Yeah.
I will cast Detect Evil and Good.
And I'm
so
using my detect magic.
I know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fate, fiend, or undead within this room,
To
as
kind of,
well as where the creature is located and if this has been consecrated or desecrated.
Yes.
to kind of break kayfabe, not kayfabe, but the wrestling term, to break down the barrier. How long is there like a time limit on detective?
10 minutes.
Same with
But
detect.
how? I think how far back
Yes,
can you
that was my
detect it?
question.
It just says current, but I mean, like, you could flavor it that I get a sense of something.
Yeah,
I mean,
Depending on how long it's been.
because it does say desecrated, so like if something truly heinous here, maybe it still picks that up.
then I'm gonna go with you get the slightest sense of desecration. It's old and it's very faint,
Hmm.
but you do get that. And then it was detect magic.
Detect magic, yeah. There was anything lighting up?
Nothing's
glowing?
lighting up or glowing. No.
I don't see anything magical.
The walls aren't hollow. There's no spots, Bo, that give away. Kirill, as Bo's knocking and as these two are casting their spells, the fourth sconce snaps off.
Snaps?
Yep.
Or
It breaks.
No. Oh,
Oh, promising.
we have a torch.
Was it
Oh.
supposed to do that?
Sconces and scones, like muscles and bones, often break when you are not expecting.
I can't believe I was about to say this, but I really wish Paige was here.
I often think that.
I just mean he's so good at, if nothing else, stumbling into trouble.
Do we have Sarah's book with us? I think we did, right?
I think yes. In this book of Candlekeep, it very specifically is like the book stays in Candlekeep. But with every other adventure, we've said that we've taken the book. So yes. You have
Well, I know Cindy stuck it to the hearth.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get out the book and see if Sarah can maybe talk to us.
So I will sit cross-legged on the ground and open the book in my lap and see if I can bring Sarah forth.
As you open the book, and I'm not going to go in and turn the light on. I want to, but I'm not going to. It starts to glow, and Sarah comes out and makes her presence known as she looks around and back into the book.
I'm sorry.
So this is the
Sorry.
place.
Oh,
That
didn't feel good.
it's the piece of stone, right? None of the steps like lift or shift or.
No, I'm not going to make you roll for that under a bow. You would have discovered if something gave away or creaked or anything. It's all stuff.
Is the floor stone?
A polished stone, yes.
No, the ceiling.
Ceiling is the same. It is a little bit more decorated, but you did go down a few steps down into what you can now tell is the basement,
Okay.
the heinous basement.
So on Detect Magic, it does say that it can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked. How thick is the stone? So it says it would be blocked by a foot of stone. So anything, if it's not a foot of stone thick, then I might see anything behind. or any hints of glowing behind. So,
I gotcha. Yeah, nothing's
No.
really pinging.
no, dang it. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Goodness.
I say we head back up.
I don't know.
We know this is where it happened.
She drew a diagram of the book.
Right. And I'll flip to the page to show the circle that was laid on the ground or that she saw. And then I'll bring the page that you found, lay them next to each other. And I assume they match.
They match.
Okay. So this is what she drew.
The one in the book is more crudely drawn and kind of like pencil whipped quickly, but because you're looking at it side by side,
Okay.
Okay. This may not be the smartest idea I've ever had, but I do have chalk.
Do we want to?
If there's not another way forward, I mean,
Goodness.
I mean, we do have a whole other house, the whole house to look through. If there's any other,
Shark to do
But-
what?
well, if we can summon it and kill it, that would hopefully free the spirits, right?
In theory.
but that doesn't bring him to justice.
Could we be on the wrong track? Could this not be where we're supposed to be?
The ghost ran away, I mean,
Sure, she was killed here, but what if what's ever restraining her is with him?
Where did he go?
he has a house
left
in the
Waterdeep,
country.
and he's in the country.
he's in a
Oh,
village outside of Waterdeep, a day's travel.
That's right.
If I wasn't clear about that or
From a
anything.
narrative perspective, there was so much barring us from getting here that it seems like something should be here.
Right.
It just might not be in this room.
I want to look at all the papers again. I saw if any of them are familiar with what I saw in her notebook.
Mm-hmm.
So looking through the papers that Naya found originally, aside from the one with the drawing.
Aside from the one with the drawing, the rest of them are kind of notes, inventory lists, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's one page that seems to be written fancier.
Mm-hmm.
The last word is smudged because
Okay.
it's older page, but you can make out contact other. It seems to be a spell.
It's a spell written out in the book.
On the page. It's not complete. But maybe
Okay.
what he was working on. Smart enough to give that to you.
Okay. It's just this looks like part of a spell. And with the diagram,
Contact
was-
other
spirits,
planes.
Last time we went to another plane, it's not in. Actually, the last two times. Because didn't technically the Meanlocks live in the Feywild? Didn't we cross over at that time too?
We didn't cross over. That's where they're from.
I just, if he was meddling with this, it makes me very worried that, especially if we start meddling with it, not knowing what he attempted specifically.
Well, I think we have an idea of what may have taken Sarah's life, but for what purpose were they bringing this other being here? If there would be other notes somewhere else in the home, maybe we could make some more educated guesses.
Well, I'll cast Bless on myself, Kirill, and Zindi, and then between the three casters, we should be able to figure it out. Right?
If I know anything about Waterdeepian nobles, I would imagine it was a matter of power.
But why flee? Why kill everyone?
I don't know if he did that or if the thing he summoned did.
Maybe that's
Sarah
part of the
said
bargain.
he did.
Maybe that was part of the bargain.
Possession's not uncommon,
Hmm.
or a
Sure,
bargain.
but if he achieved power, why not stay and wield it?
Oh no, what I'm saying is that the thing that he summoned in an attempt to gain power was dramatically stronger than him, and he lost control of it. then either perhaps possession or what Bo's saying, that his bargain was to commit these murders, and after doing so, I'm ascribing a lot of ideas and motives to the man, but after doing so couldn't live with himself and left. Couldn't wield the power he gained because of the guilt. I mean, there's a lot of
Or he's still possessed.
ways.
Well, we've come across this circle twice, and there's something odd about this space. So, say we try. We feel Shantae's blessing resting upon you.
Rhododendron.
Yeah, those are beautiful. Those are beautiful rhododendron bushes out front, weren't they?
So what is it that we're trying?
We're
We're thinking about making the circle.
Okay. As like with the chalk?
Mhm.
Is that
Yeah.
the plan?
Well, hold on.
If we have
Before we
something
do
else.
that, wait. Before we do that, where's my spells? Okay. Okay, I'm going to cast augury on myself.
Okay.
So every now and then you've seen Zindi like playing with some things, some runes, some rocks or whatnot, and you think maybe it's superstitious, but she's actually going to cast the runes to see if the specific course of action,
doing the spell.
yes, if this will, that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes, or what was it? By casting gem inlaid sticks, rolling bones, blah, blah, blah. You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the result of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses from the following omens: wheel, wheel and woe, or nothing. So,
Wheel is good, woe is bad.
yes.
Woe is good, bad.
Good and bad, and
Yeah.
nothing means no one answered.
The results aren't especially good or bad. So I will sit and concentrate about recasting this circle in this space and see if this is, I'm sorry?
Remember, you're trying to reach somebody else.
Yeah. Doo-doo-doo.
We're trying to reach you, but your stars didn't warn.
Yeah. Ah! So I'm casting augury to see if this is going to be for good or worse.
Wheel or
Wheel or woe?
Tell me, though.
So what
What
is
don't make things so complicated?
what does
Wheel.
Cindy's prepped items look like?
Okay. So it would be a selection of bone runes. And they look very weathered, off-colored. They don't look like white bones anymore. They're more like tinged and brown. And as I sit in front of me, I maybe place out a small piece of cloth, like a handkerchief, in front of me. And my spell book is floating around above me, and I throw the bones down in front of me on the handkerchief as the book is like flying over my head.
Okay. So when you throw the bones down, initially it looks like it's forming wheel. But as it tries to show you, it starts to move back towards the entrance and then forms it starts to form woe.
Mm.
And then it moves towards the entrance and starts to form wheel.
Bag.
So,
I mean,
But it moved.
it gave us an arrow.
we should leave.
I think we go somewhere else.
Towards the entrance.
I don't know. You're gonna hit stuff really hard.
Benlin, as you see that, not quite knowing maybe what it means, unless you do, I don't know. You get the feeling that you understand the answer as maybe it's Shantae telling you. Maybe it's the detect evil and good still.
It's the stones of the place.
The stones of the place
Mm-hmm.
rolling under your feet to push you out.
Well, I don't think we're supposed to be I don't think we'll find anything more.
We know where it happened.
We were literally in the room where it happened.
And I'll gather up my runes in the handkerchief. Sorry, Zoe.
I head up the stairs.
How long does bless work?
Minute.
Damn it, sorry.
That's why I was like, I thought we were gonna make some Arcana checks, so I was like, bless.
Yeah. I just haven't gotten to use my augury yet.
No, you're fine.
Heading back up the stairs, I will continue to cast.
Oh, I also
Prestidigitation
found out I
Lance
can
as
do
we
that
go.
with Druidcraft, so I'll take the other half of the hallway while you take
Great.
the other.
And I'm saving the rest of my oil then for my
I
lantern.
have a pineapple too.
Perfect.
I heard I have pineapple oil too, and I appreciate that.
Pineapple pen?
10 pineapple?
What?
I don't know. We went on a lot of
Sorry.
tangents.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry.
go over there.
So we are leaving the basement,
Okay.
and each of them, Benlin and Curel, are lighting our way on either side as we go.
Perfect. As you guys get to the original entrance, you can open the door the same way you did before. Which I'm remembering is a lever, I think. As you guys make your way back out into the house, you hear kind of a groaning as Arnulf is walking very slow and holding his head, and he's, oh, goodness. I can't believe I put down so much.
Are you okay, old chum?
Please turn your voices down.
Are you okay, old chum?
Yes, I will be all right. I can't remember what voice I gave him last time. I'm sorry.
Similar.
Oh, what did I miss?
Absolutely nothing.
Not at all.
Rudely let us into the house and then promptly passed out.
Yes, it was very strange.
Did I? What was your business here again?
Candlekeep business.
That's right.
You walked straight into a wall. We put you in your bed. I hope that's all right.
He goes, that is okay. Thank you. Did the Falghorst family help Candlekeep at all?
That sounds familiar, yeah.
That's the family that bought the
That's
house.
the family that bought the house.
Oh, first.
Um,
Not the manor.
They have donated to Candlekeep on multiple occasions. Today, though, we were here on the business of the prior owners, and I believe that we've received what was necessary to proceed with our investigation and make sure that the followers are not bothered.
Roll deception with advantage. Because I don't think the Falghorst family has ever interacted with Candlekeep.
Probably not.
How would he know what business they keep?
He's the entire, like,
He's the butler. He
The
knows
butler
everything.
and-
Woo!
20. Dirty 20.
good. I'm glad they can help.
Yes, we are only glad that we could be here to repay their kindness.
He just takes off his glasses and folds them and tucks them in, and he's rubbing his whole face. And then moves to his temples. Is there anything else I can help you with? That's right. The previous owners.
We would love. Do we have a direct location already on the Lord of the Manor?
Not yet. I think everyone has just said that he bought the house.
Excellent. If you could direct us to the prior owner, that would be incredibly helpful.
He goes, the Lord Vialis is kind of a hermit nowadays, from what I hear.
Oh, yes.
Going into charity business.
Understandable with the tragedy.
He
Wanting
lives
to give
in
back.
the Greenfest village, about a day's travel southeast of here.
Greenfest, of course. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely country estate, we've heard.
It's a small place, but he seems to like it there, and he's building some sort of church to help the locals. I don't know. I tend to keep out of it.
Speaking of keeping out of it, we don't want to bother the Fallhursts with the uncomfortable business that's going on here. If you would just tell them that Candlekeep gives our continued thanks, I think that would be enough.
Absolutely. And at this point, it's still late in the night. Do y'all need somewhere to stay? I'm gonna see myself back to bed.
I think we know of a tavern nearby that actually we'd be comfortable in, but we appreciate the offer.
Absolutely, young chap. And then he turns around, realizing he's facing the wrong direction, adjusts a little bit to the stairs to go up. And if you see yourselves out, I'm gonna go to bed. My head is killing me. He starts to go up the stairs and realizes and turns back down and goes to his room.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on him. Just to like heal any damage that was done to this poor man's brain as we leave.
And I'm trying to make sure that like my robes they look very officious, or that I'm showing Candlekeep official.
Because your passive perception is also very high and you're casting the spell, you notice that his stride kind of changes as you're leaving, and he drops his hand from his head as he goes into his room.
I want him to die.
I'm just glad it was your spell, not mine.
Yes.
Okay, so now
The Troll Skull Alley.
what?
Well,
What?
we're staying
rest.
for the night.
Oh,
There's a tavern I used to work for.
Troll Skull
Alley. Yes.
Alley. Okay.
It's really a lovely establishment from Benlin's descriptions.
Tap really on the shoulder, not tap, but just like protectively pat you on the shoulder. It'll be okay.
I feel bad because Jake's the DM and he has like the least experience with the Surly Spirit. But we're going to the Surly Spirit Tavern.
Yay!
Surly Spirit Tavern.
You know, Benlin used to be a cook there.
Okay.
Like its backstory.
Uh-huh. It is.
So the backstory of the Surly Spirit is it's been owned by adventurers. And so like when like a new adventurers come around, like they take over the place. It's some kind of tradition. But
That's right, yeah,
Benlin's ex-love used to own the tavern. And so it's a little bittersweet for him, but
Okay.
it's
That's
nice to
all.
go back.
I think Kirill would have stayed there upon your recommendation before.
If you want, the current proprietor of the tavern is with us.
Yeah. Brindley Heath.
Oh, is this our crossover episode?
It's apparently a crossover episode.
So
Crossover.
Sorry, Jake, we sprung that on you
A
inadvertently.
crossover. To anyone watching at home, a crossover episode only works if the DM knows both realities.
you came to our playtest game.
So,
That
you
would be
guys make it to the tavern, and what do you see as you walk up?
I mean, it's a perfectly normal tavern. There's always strange characters in there because it's an adventurers bar.
Yeah.
There is a incredibly attractive human man behind the bar.
Oh, so attractive.
So
His
attractive.
name is
Jimothy.
Timothy.
He is.
As you enter the bar, someone is actually passed out at one of the tables near the door, but continue.
Okay.
And I don't know, would Brindley be there?
Maybe. Yeah.
It's up to you. Do you want us to have characters who are here?
Yeah.
So I guess Brindley is like dancing between tables, and there's a pair of completely white albino tieflings who
Okay.
serve drinks using mage hand. They mage hand their trays as if they're ghosts
Mhm.
floating about the place.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the Surly Spirit.
Okay.
There's also a ghost that serves drinks. So
There's a tavern in, not Elturel, in Waterdeep that is in Avernus that sounds a lot like this one. Elsong.
the Elfsong Tavern. The Surly Spirit Tavern, and that's in Baldur's Gate, isn't it?
Oh, it's in Baldur's Gate. That's
Yeah.
right.
The Surly Spirit, if you've played Dragon Heist, you would be familiar with the inn from that adventure.
Sorry, I haven't played it.
No,
Jeez.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying for
I
anyway.
haven't either. I just know it from our
Okay.
playtest.
Right again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, while the place is in similar repair and order to the last time you all heard about it or experienced it or what have you, whatnot, there is a passed out elf laying on a table. And
Is he okay?
I'm gonna go poke him. Yo.
Oh,
Right. Oh. Right.
I'll go talk to the proprietors about rooms and food for the night, but you guys can do this.
uh,
Shaking
of course,
him.
a discounted wage and everything, or a discounted rate.
Give me a discount.
Yeah, if
I mean,
you...
the DM's giving you a discount.
Yeah.
So.
So Brinley's giving you a discount.
Small man wearing a bandana comes up behind Brindley.
Across his face.
Oh no.
Are you just giving discounts to everyone now?
He said
How are
he's
you
been
ever
here
going
before.
to run a business if you're going to do it like this?
We just got back from that other dungeon.
I don't want to cause any trouble. I just
No.
used to.
It's fine. It's my place. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We've had worse characters here.
As they say that, this dude walks past and his neck slightly opens with like fangs coming out of it, and then closes. He's like, "What's wrong?"
Soren,
Oh, there's people.
there's people.
Bye.
Don't go in the basement, whatever you do.
A young bard with long hair and a long brown coat with a maroon shirt that is buttoned up only about half to 3/4 of the way, who was playing the viola at this point has stopped, put it away, and just steps down and walks over to the bar.
Did we interrupt your playing?
You know what? If they're gonna insert their home game characters,
Yes.
oh no,
It-
it's fine.
It really was lovely.
Thank you. I have a lot of fun. I'm not supposed to be here, but no one seemed to notice yet.
What?
Why aren't you supposed to be here?
Oh, my best friend's family is banned from this place, and he's supposed to meet me here anytime.
I assume it's not the passed out elf on the table.
Turns.
We both still.
Pushing on him. Hey.
Bo knows he's not dead. The snoring gives it away.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime, can we get you a drink for the music? I mean, if you're banned, sounds like you can't pay.
Oh, sure. The name's Dante.
Lovely to meet you. Kirill, Naya.
Benlin.
Hello, everyone.
Whoa.
Who's your friend's family that was barred from the tavern?
Our
Oh,
quiet
what
friend is
kind of-
Indy. Apologies.
Oh, hi, Cindy. His name is Virgil. When your players feel like they're gonna die, they make backup characters. Then you have to learn the backup character's backstory. Virgil is his name. Be here any second. I miss him.
Well, drinks on us. Please order whatever you'd like.
I'll have, and he orders something non-alcoholic.
Well, cheaper the better.
Nothing else of note happens unless you guys say it does. It's your tavern.
A small
Sorry,
kobold,
Jake.
a small
No.
wearing priest's robes, kind of like shambles out and goes, "Really, I'm going to kick out the drunk." And he goes over to the drunk elf and starts poking him with a magic, like what looks like a wizard staff.
After too
I
many
can see that every
pokes,
day.
after too many pokes, the elf sits up, fixes his long hair, pulls it down over one shoulder, and just lets out the biggest belch.
You either pay to sleep or you leave.
I
If you vomit, Meepo is going to hit you over the head.
And after he kind of gathers himself, he says, "I do apologize. I will take a room." And he just kind of flips a couple gold coins out and goes upstairs.
Meepo
Good
watches
job,
them
Meepo.
roll across the ground and we're like, and then walks away.
So we get rooms.
I'll lean over to Cindy. I would recommend not getting too comfortable with the bar hand. I've heard he's known to take adventurers out of commission.
Oh. Right.
Is that good?
He's that riddled.
He has
Whatever.
sexually transmitted diseases.
Occasionally.
Well,
Cindy in the background, not Cindy. Brinley in the background was like. Meanwhile, whatever drink that dude that passed out was, if he left anything there, Bo is like sniffing and it's like, gotta drink it.
We can get you a drink, Poe.
This one was right here.
Zindy's like so confused about what's going on. It's like we have rooms, right?
Yes, I purchased rooms for
Okay.
us. You and Naya will be bunking together.
Okay,
That seems appropriate.
sleepover.
I don't know if you're ready for my sleepovers, darling, but I'll give you some primer
The
lessons.
mage hand.
Okay. She's so naive.
Kira will get whatever wine is on tap.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Surly Spirits has wine.
Right.
But
But what's on tap is more of it's a darker mead wine, mulled wine. And if you like cranberry, blackberry, and a slight tinge of orange that's been out for too long, it's delicious. Otherwise, just pick a
Sounds
very
amazing.
poised palate to enjoy.
It's lovely.
Glad you like it, dearie.
I'm not too pleased with the menu offerings.
No,
You think you can do better?
100 times I do.
I like you. You want to come?
I'm Brit.
You want to come work Candlekeep?
I've got a lot of other things to take care of on my plate, but
If you want him in the kitchen, you won't say no.
I take off my jacket and like the plants on my shoulders.
ooh. We might find a spot for you yet.
I've already worked here. I work somewhere else now.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, new business, new management.
You don't even have the ghost pudding on the menu anymore.
There was a ghost pudding. Why didn't they tell me there was a
Surly
ghost?
Spirit pudding?
Well, it wasn't here when we took over, so
Why didn't they call it the splitting?
that
I'm
sounds
gonna
wrong.
go into the
Then people would
kitchen
think you had potatoes.
and make
Thank
these
you.
puddings for everyone, which are basically alcohol that you eat with a spoon.
Amazing.
As he does that, I will regale Escuril Brinley with the story, the tragedy
Okay.
of
of
Renlin
the
and
love
Michelle.
life of
Aww.
Benlin and Brishen.
It was all tied to this particular chapter.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where when you take a bite of it, it's like pudding and like sweet textured with just a hint of the alcohol, and then it burns all the way
Ooh.
down,
Okay.
and then it haunts you the next morning.
Ooh.
It's the Surly Spirit.
Gotcha.
Good job.
Dante politely asks for just a spoonful to try.
And then he puts a whole bowl in front of you. You don't get haunted if you don't finish the bowl.
So I have to finish the whole bowl?
You want the full experience, darling.
Easy. And he
Big burn.
And then
Don't
he
let
just
Jimothy
puts-
near that one.
both hands on the bar as he tries to keep himself straight. And then in the distance, towards the door, you hear, Dante, let's go! And then he, what do you do in this instance? He would probably mage hand like a smack on the bar and a thumbs up as he's running away.
Nice. I can dig it.
As he leaves, I kind of look after him and go, he should not be doing anything after that.
He's the big boy.
I just had to
Well,
go
finish
through
your
it.
pudding.
You already finished it.
No.
He did the same. He just like sniffed it, licked it, and he was like,
He
Hero,
probably already went up to the room.
Hero had like a couple bites and set it aside.
Yeah.
It's delicious. I just prefer to drink my intoxication.
Suit yourself.
Bo takes a straw. Drank it.
There we go.
I don't know if he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Paige was in this scene?
We have things to. Don't you have things to do the next day? I mean,
That's-
most adventurers do.
That's tomorrow.
That's
Fair.
tomorrow Bo's problem.
Yeah.
I will
Interesting.
tell Brittany
Yeah.
what we're currently after and ask her if she's heard anything. Maybe she has some information.
So is the barkeep of the Surly Spirit. What do you think the barkeep might know, or the owners?
It,
Just the local lore.
yeah, I mean, it
local
wasn't
stories.
because they lived on Denizen Street, Delson
Mhm.
Street.
Dulcet.
It's in the North Ward. It's in a higher class area of town,
Mhm.
so to have something so.
The Surly Spirit isn't. Just to put that out.
They live in the nicer part of town, wherever it is. I'll have my note in.
Phil Skull Alley is not a nice part of the North.
But knowing that
I mean, if the
that
damsel
Yellowcrest
is-
Manor is up there, I know that they come from money, and
Exactly.
yeah,
Gentrification.
For something
Exactly.
so heinous to happen in that area,
it's been a
definitely
stain.
made its rounds. Yeah, all the common knowledge. Lord Vialis, stricken with grief, sold his home, sold the land that it was on that he owned, and left. He didn't sell his businesses, but that's how he's basically retired. But
Living off of the income from his businesses, and we haven't seen him in 5 years.
Mhm.
Thank you. And then I will slide a parchment across with the recipe for Surly Spirit pudding.
Looks like it's back on the menu.
Double your profits, guaranteed.
guaranteed. I'm not gonna oppose that because this doesn't exist.
And then we will walk through the back door that leads to the next building over, which is the actual inn of the Surly Spirit.
Okay.
Upstairs.
Fade black.
Unless there's something else you wanted to say.
No.
That was a big tangent.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It was just fun for me.
It was fun watching everyone go character.
Yeah.
If any of you look outside the window of either rooms,
Mhm.
you'd look down into the street to find Dante laying on the ground. And a very well-dressed boy of the same age, however, more proper and put together, tugging on his jacket, trying to get him to wake up.
Hi. Okay. So when Naya walks into the room that she's sharing with Cindy probably has like a little stuffed animal with her. I mean, she doesn't show anybody. It's not.
a stuffed owlbear.
It is a little stuffed owlbear that she keeps with her, just kind of just tucked in right here as she's sleeping. And again, the nightgown is like up to here, just all covered up, and her little owlbear, she's right there.
Her feet sticking out.
Off the
Of
bed,
the bed.
absolutely, absolutely. But she's used to that. It's all right.
I smile. Are you awake? Still sleeping?
Like half asleep at this point. If you guys were downstairs for a while, be like,
Okay. I just tuck you in a little bit more.
"Aw."
And then I lay down.
Would the three of us be sharing a room then?
Usually it's Bo and Paige, so I guess me and you would share a room, and then Paige would get his own.
Oh.
Bo. Paige has his own room tonight.
So
If
I
nothing,
mean, I'm not
I mean,
opposed to
it
sleeping
doesn't
on
really
the floor.
matter where Bo is because he just.
So I'm
Low
not
block.
opposed to sleeping on the floor. Like I just
you just
curl into my
curled
bed.
in.
So I guess I would have just gotten 2 rooms.
don't really care.
Dave isn't there to stick his head in and go, "Wow, you got some room in here."
It's
Yeah.
Didn't you try and bite him last time?
Yeah, I did.
One of my favorite pageisms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing else eventful happens. After that debauchery in the bar, that was the highlight of everyone's night, and everyone starts to shovel off to bed. What are you guys doing as you wake up?
How do I feel? How strong were those puddings?
It's supposed to give you. It's crafted to give you a nasty hangover. So.
Wow.
Glad I didn't have any.
I had 2.
Oh.
So Bo is moving as slow as a turtle this morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bedlin's just talking to Lip, who's the resident ghost of the tavern.
Okay,
He was good friends with when he worked here.
nice.
Complaining about how they haven't been maintaining his rooftop garden.
What did Benlin expect?
Nobody told us it was there.
So he's just talking to a ghost who can't talk back, who's just kind of floating in the center of the room.
Okay. You all come downstairs and find Benlin talking to a ghost.
Oh, Lip, these are my friends, Zindi, Kirill, Bo, and Naya.
Lovely
Hello.
to meet you.
Just kind of waves.
That's the second ghost in this story.
The second one that can't really talk.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fitting.
Do you know Sarah? Masking the ghost.
I stop him and go, not all ghosts know each other, Zindi.
You can't just ask ghosts if they know each other.
Sorry. I mean, Sarah's the first ghost that I've really. I mean,
And now you've met 2.
learning
Number of
experience.
ghosts.
I've doubled my ghost experience in 2 days.
Well, perhaps we should set off for
Greenfest.
Greenfest.
Greenfest Village.
Hmm.
Which way is that? I asked the ghost.
He's only in the tavern. He doesn't.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
He looks
Sorry.
annoyedly and then longingly at the door.
Sorry. Yeah, let's. Okay. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
All right, we making our way out to Greenfest.
Take it away.
We all ask ghosts if they know each other once. Then you learn.
Thank you.
It's okay to take up space, darling.
Yes.
I appreciate that. I take up a lot of space, and I mean that because I'm a furbolg, but I've tried so hard
Wait.
for so long.
You're a furbolg? Furbolgs killed my parents.
I'm so
He's
sorry.
lying.
I did.
And even if they have, I don't know them.
I'm gonna go outside.
Oh, Zindi, I'm sorry. It was just a joke.
Bo's gonna just shake his head.
So after a little less than a day's walk, you guys find yourselves.
Can we get a carriage? Can we get some? Can we get horses? Can we make it?
I
We
can't
have horses
ride
already.
horse.
No, we took the boat here.
That's right. That's okay.
Brinley hooks it up.
Have I ever heard of this village, or Carol, have we heard of this place? Do we know anything about it?
It's not that far from Waterdeep, so it gets some traffic. Anything noteworthy? No. Nothing. No
Is it
stories, no tales.
Is he like the one wealthy noble to retire here, or is this like one of those wealthy noble
Communities.
ranches?
No, he's like the one wealthy.
Okay.
Like he
Okay.
came here in exile.
Is this the farm where nobles go?
My mom said Duke Leto was off to a farm.
Where he can run and
With all the other new
No.
friends.
All right, so I assume if He's the only noble here. We just look for the biggest house. Or at least most advantageous.
Might behoove us to talk to some local color.
Without
Alright.
letting on why we're here.
Let's meet our expectations for Zindi. If he's trying to start a church, there's probably going to be some horrific thing he's doing to this village, or is soon
Ooh.
to do to this village.
That's true.
Given
Oh.
the feeling I got in that room, whatever it is can't be good.
Alternatively, he's trying to atone. So, both ends.
Optimism is great.
I'm still not talking to you.
Why?
I'm just joking. See, I can joke too.
Are you talking about that joke from yesterday?
This morning.
Oh, I thought it took us a day to get here.
Most
It says a day's travel, but I'm kind of shortening it for flavor because
Are you talking about the joke this morning? I already apologized. I'm sorry.
I know, and I was joking, but I'm not good at this.
I've actually never met a furbolg before.
You met me last week.
Before you.
Oh. Well, I'm just, yeah.
Is it true you can shrink down to the size of a pea?
No. I can turn invisible.
Where are we coming in?
so you are coming in from
That's a river.
what you think is the path is the river. But
Okay.
there is a little 2 water deep, so you guys are coming down that way.
And are people milling about, or is it very quiet?
The town is pretty quiet. There are residents going to and from, but it's not, I don't know if you could say milling about. There's not enough activity to kind of warrant that.
What you were saying most of the day, is it like dusk or like mid-afternoon? Like what?
I'm going to say it's late afternoon, almost dusk.
Okay.
Made good time.
You did.
If we can find
Lines.
any, I see lots of fields. If we can find any farmers or folk.
Mm-hmm.
There's just farmer as we come in. It looks like right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but farmers go to bed early.
Why are you making assumptions about me?
Making a reference to Osrin, but
So
What's Osrin?
where are we headed first?
I'm glad you
I was
asked,
going to try to
man.
find the
It's a
first.
45 episode homebrew adventure that Mark did for us way back in the day at the start of the stream. So if you'd like to see how we got started, you should watch the Osrin campaign, labeled as Dungeons and Dragons on the playlist sections of this YouTube.
I would like to try to find just the first person that we see.
That was the best spot. for you. That's- My goodness.
Copyright?
As you guys come in, there are a couple folks down the way a bit, down towards the bridge here. And the buildings off on this side, if you can see me clicking, there's no real foot traffic around there.
So then go towards the bridge to see whoever the first townsfolk we can stop is.
Okay. As you guys make your way towards the bridge, you come down this way. At the bridge, you can see that this building here is a tavern.
Hmm.
This is a tavern, and this seems to be the nicest home in the area.
Didn't the butler say he was trying to start a church?
I know I'm trying to find somebody to ask. Oh, tavern seems like a good place to find folk to ask questions of.
Agreed.
Let's spend more coin on getting Bo drunk, shall we?
You only drunk once.
I mean, compared to the pocket, it's not terrible.
As you guys make your way to the tavern-esque building, there is indeed a sign painted out on the front that says the bulging cauldron. Got a wall.
Bulging? That seems improbable.
Does that just mean they made too much soup, or
Or the concoction and potion that they made in there was a little caustic, and so you know how when things expand, it might have been something that was a little
Something that
dangerous.
eats
Yeah,
away at metal.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
It could be.
sure it's an
This might be
alchemical
This might be a
reference.
dangerous tavern to go into.
Opening the door.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
You're
Just remember your warrior roots.
As you open the door, the tavern is decently lit, rather plain. It's got a warm and homey feel to it. Being that it's almost dusk, there are locals having dinner in and around, and there's an older human tending bar.
Good eve.
Looks up. Oh, hello. Not a human voice.
Is he not human?
No, he's human. I just, for some reason, the voice that came out was not one of a human.
Could be. Maybe he's had his jaw wired shut.
What a distinctive voice you have.
It's really
Have
lovely.
you lived here long?
I've been here since the early days, since I was a boy.
Oh, is this a local accent? We don't need to be drawing so much attention. We just love it so much.
I'm sure everyone here sounds very similar to this man.
What the hell is happening to my
So,
Remember the shell?
So coming back around.
Oh yes, it's all coming together. Yes, I've been here since I was a boy.
well, we are traveling, and we had heard tell of a new church starting in the town here.
Ah, yes. Yes, the old, the Vialis. He's funding it.
Yes, Lord Cialis.
Is oh, interesting. Do you know? I don't mean to appear, I guess, too uninformed, but what deity is this new parish to?
It's not done, and it hasn't been seen to have been worked on in some time.
So somebody moved into town, started building a church, and you don't know what god will be worshipped there?
Yeah, he keeps to
And
himself.
you, as a good Shantae-fearing man, have allowed this whole time without any kind of...
Don't necessarily think that every random person we come up to is going to be a specific worshiper of your god, dear.
In a farming hamlet? You don't worship Shantea?
Poor things.
We mean no offense whatsoever. It was
I mean, as much offense as possible if you don't worship the god of farming in a farming village.
It was merely a curiosity that we heard of on our travels that we were
Is
interested in finding more about.
Vialis a farmer?
No offense taken. Not offense taken. I've dealt with a myriad of people. I've been at the Bulging Cauldron since I was a little bit older than a boy. No, he has enough money to just be himself. He gets visits from his business partner, and that's all he really does.
How long has he been building the church?
Oh, I mean, he started 5 years ago, and it just got kind of... And he stops and he goes, I should tell you, he bought the land that was. There was a building there before, and he committed to restoring it, and it kind of won over the village. But he stopped. I shouldn't have said building. Rebuilding. Sorry,
Interesting.
the age.
Fair. May we ask 2 questions?
Indeed.
First question. Is the name of your tavern in reference to it being overflowing with soup, or in reference to a caustic material that is causing the metal to warp?
He slaps the bar, throws his head back, and gives a hearty chuckle. Oh my goodness. No, the bulging cauldron is referring to our homemade ale that is so delicious yet so filling. You have to have 2 glasses, but you can really only stomach 1.
So the cauldron is our stomachs.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Bulging with pleasure.
And then what magic results from this? Drunkenness?
Yes.
That's
I would-
the best sort of thing.
I would order dinner, but the crop's not sanctioned by the goddess. It seems suspect.
He gives you a very puzzled look, and he turns back to Kirill and says, Why the questions about Lord Vialis?
Oh, well, we were traveling from Waterdeep, honestly, and in our business dealings there, his name came up frequently, although it seemed that he was absent. And this happened to be on our journey to our home.
Understood. Well,
Thankfully, he knows nothing about geography.
It's South Waterdeep.
I couldn't care for the man less. He just flaunts his wealth and tries to impress the town. I've been here too long.
Oh,
It
it's
seems
a
like that.
shame. Where?
And probably murdered his whole family.
He probably did.
Definitely a man not to keep his word. He promised to restore this land and this building, and it's been sitting undone for 5 years.
Has anything strange been going on in town?
He, up until the last comment with Carol, has just been kind of agreeing and being normal innkeeper trying to get you guys to talk and order food and stuff. But at this, he kind of leans in and he kind of puts both arms on the bar. He goes, "Yes, he's been trying to get kids, young ones, to help him with the restoration. But there's no restoring going on. The building's been the same."
And the children are all right? There's been none gone missing or anything like that?
And at that, he kind of shudders. He puts both hands on the bar and he says, "I haven't seen my son in a month."
What?
Where is this building he's restoring?
Yes.
It's just outside the village. Just
Does he have friends?
Bo is out the door.
Oh god.
Well, let's get a location.
Where's the where was this place at?
you guys are here.
You're the funny part of this is as I'm like doing this, I'm like was kind of iffy about like what god Bo might be into. And so I've been researching on I think I decided tonight helm. And one of the helm's thing is kids. Like protection of children. So like I just thought it was super ironic.
Amazing.
I'm gonna place 2 platinum pieces on the bar along with like a holy symbol of Shantea that I carry, like a little wooden one that I give out to kids and stuff. And then kind of slide those to him. And just kind of tell him
I didn't
Nothing-
realize she was so evangelical.
nothing can compensate for the loss of a child. But just know that you have my deep condolences. And if something can be done, we will see it done. And I'm going to go after Paul.
We do not believe necessarily that anything has come upon your son, but we will really try very much to find him. You're gone. How do we damage control here? You said, sorry, direction on that? They tend to walk before they know where we're going.
Understood.
As we run through the woods.
You came from Waterdeep.
We did.
Just walking.
You came southeast, continue southeast.
Continue southeast.
Not as far.
On a side note, could you tell me where this Vialis's manor might be, or house, or whatever he calls it?
Yes. Go out, take a left, go over the bridge. Left at the fork and right at the second fork.
Excellent, thank you so much. We will keep both of those in mind and keep you posted on our progress.
I'm going to cast message.
He leans in. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Anytime. Anytime you and your companions seek refuge, seek it here.
Well, whenever this is handled, we'll be excited to sample the ale. And I will head out after them. Coming out the door, it's southeast!
I was going to send a message. I was going to say, it's like, we know where things are supposed to be. Just stop and we'll take you there. Don't go running blindly.
What direction will we have gone?
Oh, those boys are so impulsive.
Yeah, I probably would have started going towards his house though.
We didn't know where it was until just now.
Well, we
On-
would have assumed the biggest
for-
place though.
Based on his direction, he said go across the bridge. So is it up? Is it this?
So I think that's the church.
That's the house.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
the
house.
house.
So the church is southeast, so down that road.
That way? Okay.
So we're like halfway up this way.
You went the wrong way.
And if you're going to the biggest house, that is this one.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that there is at the edge of the yard you see a community board. There's
What does it say?
It's the community center.
It's got normal things on it. There's a
Celebrate
suggestion
Johnny's
area.
birthday.
Yeah, birthdays that are coming up. Thank yous to people that have helped out and volunteered, stuff like that. You can gather that's the mayor's house.
The mayor's in on it too.
You were messaging, right?
I told him, I'm like, just stop where you're going. We know where to go.
But I'm gonna say that Bo probably made it to like here.
At the same time as you hear the yell of, "It's southeast!"
Bentley kind of looks around. What? Is that not where we are?
Oh, send a message.
Follow the sound of my voice.
You see a half elf and a dwarf walking towards the tavern, and they just kind of look at Bentley and point southeast.
Thank you, Misers.
The half elf kind of tips his hat, and the dwarf just. And they keep going.
Mean to bow. That dwarf looks strangely familiar to me.
Never thought I'd go into battle with an elf. How
About a friend.
a friend?
Never thought I'd go to a cauldron with an elf.
How about with a friend?
How about with your boo?
Oh,
Get him, gay couple.
gay lovers.
What?
All right, where are we headed?
Southeast.
South.
After we meet up together.
I was gonna say we probably meet up like about here at the bridge
Yep.
as they're coming back, and we're like rushing. No.
You guys are from here.
Oh, wait, that's the tavern we were at.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, we're still right there.
All right.
You
So
guys got
sure.
directions to Vialis's home, and you got a general idea of where to go for the church restoration project.
I say the church first. Let us perhaps
give him a
surprise
chance
him.
to prepare for us.
And have we learned anything from this interaction? Gather the information before you start motion.
But why?
Because you were going to the wrong place.
Right, and then you swung us in the right direction. So
All right, continue.
All right. I have to get to my correct notes.
I like her, and I like Naya.
You liked Laszlo.
You
What have
don't
you
like
done?
me?
I do like both of you, but I just appreciate that both of them gather all of the pieces
I would just like
before
to
we
point out
begin
that
to
there
make
are several
actions.
situations in which Naya would jump first and then ask questions.
But
later.
generally, it's because she knows what's to come from her jump.
All right.
She wasn't in that bathtub for no reason.
Playing with my
What
the
bathtub?
bone.
There's always a reason.
This conversation all happening as it takes about an hour to get to an old stone tower, long abandoned and kind of grumbling.
Hmm.
The tower is grumbling?
Crumbling.
Can we say like perception to see if it's occupied or if like I don't know if there's any
Signs of life.
yes.
Yeah, I won't even make you roll for it. As you guys are approaching, you saw it off in the distance as you make your way there closer to get a better look, to investigate, to do whatever the party intends to do. Amid a grove of gnarled scrub trees stands a half-fallen stone tower. Rough workers' tents, piles of timbers, and tools scattered about show that the site appears to be under reconstruction, though little headway seems to have been made in restoring the tower to its former glory.
All right.
Hmm.
Not to make assumptions,
Mm.
but what we saw previously was an unseen subterranean summoning location. This is a wild theory, based on nothing. But could it be that the tower itself has remained as unrepaired as it is because they are working below?
Well,
I
you
think
should
that
make
makes-
assumptions without gathering all the correct information first.
I didn't run off. I am posing an idea. If you had said,
Both
I think
flash
his
on the
house
back
would
and
be.
laugh.
Girl still just. If you had said to me, I think his house may be in the northwest, then I maybe would have. That I did.
Let's focus up. Are we sneaking in or are we bursting down the door?
There's no signs of people. It's like the tents are empty as far, or like.
Make a perception
Okay.
check. Are you just trying to see if there's people, or are you actually like gonna investigate?
I'm trying to see if there's
Perception,
people around.
investigation. Perception, good. Go ahead.
That is a 19. It was cocked, but in my paper.
It was barely.
That's the time when you don't reroll.
Yep.
The tents all show signs of recent occupation. However, as you look closely, the tools that are strewn about are rusted out and seem to have not been moved as they have been rained on and kind of soaked in a little bit. But yes, the tents do seem to be in use.
When you see recent occupation, do you mean they're empty with having had recent occupation, or do you mean it seems like there's people inside?
Oh, I'm sorry. They are empty.
Okay.
That can be seen easily.
Okay.
But they do, with a 19, people are using them,
Not right now.
but not right now.
I think we should proceed inside.
Sneaky?
Sneaky. I feel like that's a conversation that Naya and Kirill have on a regular basis.
You guys say sneaky, Bentley nods and then turns into a cat.
I sneak up to the front door. The door.
Hey,
I'm going
hey,
to
hey, up to the front.
touch John's shoulder. And I ran when I first heard that there was a problem. But I promise you don't have to worry about me doing it again. Just saying.
I have faith in you. I just enjoy getting worked up.
I know it comes from a good place.
I say that half sarcastically, half truly.
Instead of turning into a cat, I'm actually going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Thank God.
I was like, this is an interesting tactic. Just screw yourselves and be a cat.
And then turn into no.
That's what trace, and then turn into a cat.
Are we all
Um,
doing?
I have a special request. Everybody close your eyes, because I don't know if the map is just going to show everything.
Okay.
When I
Eyes closed. Cannot see.
I love you and appreciate all of you.
You at home can participate by closing your eyes too.
Be surprised with us.
All right.
Let's take
There
my
is
glasses
indeed
off.
black on the screen, so you guys are fine.
Okay. That means open your eyes.
Yes.
Don't take a nap. Unless you want to. It's in the body.
We support you, Naya.
As you guys approach, there is a doorway. And it is a church doorway. It's kind of raggedy, but it at once was a grand door.
Grand entrance. If you
Entrance.
I am entranced
It's
by it.
amazing how many buildings you
Sure.
see that are in such disrepair.
the realms are an old place.
I think it's a statement to the passing of time. I mean, what has been lost and what has been gained.
You know, and it's kind of poetic if you think about it, because as adventurers, we're out there seeking a better future by delving into the oldest and most decrepit places.
Honestly, many of these, I didn't know if, are you ready for us to do? I don't know if we were vamping or not. So-
Yes, I just found I have some issues with this book, but
Is the door locked?
the door's not locked.
It should open slightly.
Beautiful architecture does not mean beautiful civilization.
Very true.
Are you guys
Things I've read about.
opening the door and heading in?
Checking for traps.
go ahead and make a perception check. Anyone who wants to check.
Are
that
there
me?
windows?
That's Paige's thing.
I know, but Paige isn't here, so we gotta make do.
Perception. 19 for perception.
I could persuade the door to tell me. I actually have a good perception. 17.
As a cat, you see no cat traps.
Oh, I didn't actually.
Oh, okay, bummer.
Swap the cat for the past blood trace.
Gotcha.
She got 19.
Normal. Yeah.
Looks fine.
It would be
No.
odd if he trapped the front door.
Yeah. And I'll slowly start walking in.
As you
Stealthily.
enter stealthily, there is nothing really of note. There's a foyer in, and then a wide staircase that leads down.
Oh, we're downstairs.
Well, stay close to one of us so that we don't need to use a light. But he really likes hearing. I think,
Down then.
so.
All we hear is meow, meow, meow.
I'm not actually a cat.
Bummer.
It's not I told you so because none of you disagreed with me. I'm just saying it was an idea.
And
and
also,
it appears to
80%
be
of our
present.
adventures take place underground.
Not
All
with the
right, well
Ripley.
then you say it first.
I said 80%.
Okay, well, I'm just
Well,
that.
technically,
This is 50%
50%
for me,
of yours
okay?
have-
We're bickering in the foyer.
Pass without trace, making the sound like muffled.
I will continue down the stairs.
The stairs descend 30 feet before opening up into a chamber of worked stone. Two braziers flank the entrance, burning with an unnatural aquamarine light.
Oh, lovely. I had addressed that shadowlands.
Pillars stand in 2 rows, each carved with visages of otherworldly creatures. A fountain flows quietly at the far end of the room in front of a double door.
Can we roll something to see what the otherworldly creatures are?
I was just thinking that.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
What do we roll?
Would it be history or arcana? It'd have to be arcana, actually. And then let me see if I can
Help.
I'll help you.
reveal. So
I should have rolled.
You still can.
10. I rolled a 3 twice.
18. 17.
Was it you?
Well, so I was helping.
Oh,
So you
gotcha.
can still.
Okay.
it did not reveal.
So 17 on Arcana for
17.
Curel.
Okay.
I'm just in awe of the things. I'm like,
They're so cool.
Oh, it says permanent darkness. Do I want permanent darkness on?
Well,
Like
so
we're not
permanent
rich
darkness only works if we have the token set up for light, which we don't. So you have to use fog of
How do I do that? Because
go up to the drop down where it shows you all the maps, and then next to the map you're using, there's a little gear, and you want to go to the lighting section of the map and turn off dynamic lighting and just do fog of war. But we should all probably close our eyes again. So when it turns off dynamic lighting, it might reveal.
I'm so sorry, everyone watching. Dynamic lighting, turn off. And then turn on.
I
Are
feel
you
like I throw
watching?
my head around because you guys both have your hands.
Well, I'm watching Jake in case he needs help. But
Well, I turned it off, but now there's no fog of war.
So is that like okay?
Grid,
Do I need to change
movement.
this?
Oh, fog of war. Standard
Hmm?
fog of war.
Do I
Oh,
need
it
to
says
fix
it's
this?
on. There we go.
Ash Cash and vibes.
so
Settings.
now you should be able to go back to the map and then reveal areas using the little eye icon.
Yep. Reveal areas.
And now
There
you should
we
be able
go.
to just click and drag and reveal a certain area.
We're all looking away.
It's black. It's black. It didn't
Okay.
reveal.
Aha!
oh,
Aha!
da 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 da.
Join the backwards hat club.
Did I turn my hat backwards at some point? I don't remember doing that.
Yes.
We're just a couple of frat bros.
The backhanders club.
All right.
Okay, so we go down, we see the braziers, we see the pillars.
And then, you know what? I forgot
Of
to
the
take your
earth?
tokens here.
That's all right.
Who needs
That's okay.
tokens?
We're good.
We don't
Here,
need them anyway.
Everybody, put a dice in. Like this is
We don't need
Uh,
no
can-
token.
Can we all take a moment to appreciate the fact that this doesn't look like any church I've been in?
I don't think it is like any church we've Forbidden.
Like, who has their churches,
In a tower?
well, in the basement of a
Yeah.
tower?
You-
That sounds like some Bane crap.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very well. And I mean,
Maybe Oriole?
What
Something,
if
something
they
for
were
a bad
being
guy.
persecuted and they needed to hide themselves?
I don't think this is cold enough for a real. Did the
first basements.
18 on Arcana give me anything for those
Yes.
doodly doodles?
There have been stories that you've heard in all your travels of an ancient, otherworldly, who's told to be more powerful than a demigod.
Outer worlds kind of deal.
Outer worlds, yeah.
Or outer planes.
Aberrants.
Outer worlds,
Our
thank you. Other planes, an otherworldly planar being. It is the creature is said to be purple with tentacles, tendrils, and bulbous eyes. Many of them.
No, why?
I'm turning my head back around. Seriously. Okay, so according to the map, it looks like there's a broken hallway and a door, or several doors.
Mm-hmm.
Can we show? Oh, it does show. Good.
Does. What are you all doing as you come down?
I am casting, or I'm using one of my divine senses.
I'm casting mage armor.
So I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or in a location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. So it's not behind total cover.
What's your AC affirmation?
After mage armor, hold on, I gotta customize.
Mine's only 13.
Mine's 16 with mage armor.
I move to the center of the room, and I would like to look at the ceiling.
Hi, if you have an extra, could I have a mage armor too? No pressure.
I only have, well,
Oh, lady.
Actually, Kira, I'm going to cast Bark Skin. So you now have an AC.
I
Your
do
AC
not
can't be
touch
less
the
than
flame,
16.
but I sense
Okay.
whether it is giving off heat or not.
ooh.
Which one are you, Nine?
Grazie.
Can I get stealth checks from
just wondering.
everybody?
Is pass without a trace still on?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I don't cast Bark Skin. You have to cast Mage Armor.
Okay, I'll cast.
You don't have to. If you,
That's fine.
I don't know how many spell slots you have.
Well, I've got 4 first levels
And Arcane Recovery.
and arcane recovery. So I will also cast mage armor on hero.
I forgot about that. I was concentrating on
16.
31.
What was
Stealth check as you guys are moving ahead.
18
With the plus 10?
with the plus 10.
Yeah.
Oh no. 20 with a plus 10.
It's still better than me and Cindy.
21.
We're all not really good
I'm
on this one.
Bolg. I'm big.
I'm just glad. Wait, I didn't even add my stealth modifier. I just added 10.
Oh, chomper. So
Oh, sorry. 21.
Oh, I have disadvantage. Still 21.
Who got the 16? Bo.
hi.
As you go to step into the room with everybody milling about, my armor, I can't go that top out.
I have my shield out.
Your
He
shield.
Just hanging on the
He
wall.
can just bong his shield shell against one of the braziers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit one of the braziers as you come down, and as you look up, you have to figure out how to reveal these guys now.
You can go to GM later, click, drag, select them all, and then reveal. Send them all to the token layer. If that's what you need.
Dun, 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 dun.
Send them down to the token layer.
Yeah.
Yes, if you select them all and then right click, put them on the token layer. There you go.
2 rells descend from the ceiling.
To what?
Rails are so
The
gross.
fuck, bro.
Well, I don't know.
Show
You
us
have it
that
handout?
sweet, sweet picture.
These
Sweet.
Ew.
Fuck yeah.
from the ceiling.
Bring that.
Dear God.
Is one of those ever gonna show up in the playtest? Because Soren would love these.
Really? No.
Just let me
No.
know.
No.
That's the kind of feedback I'm looking for.
As
Well, I shouldn't
they
look it up. Sorry, I was
descend
like,
from the ceiling,
Oh, I did the same thing.
they're making their presence known, and they squawk. And it is a combination of an actual squawk and some sort of infernal or deep speech. It's hard to tell. As they do that, oh come on! It's it's GM info overlay screen. I just did this.
Oh, jeez. No, thank you.
Squawk, squawk.
You just look at what they look like.
Idiots.
As they start squawking, 4 cultists run out, ready,
what?
readying their
Cultists?
weapons. And of course, I have a handout for them too.
Oh my god.
Can you not?
Right?
Cultist.
That's not what I wanted to show you.
Not this dude. Don't look at him.
He's not real.
His stupid helmet is stupid.
Agreed.
Yeah. I guess I can't show this one to you as handily. But yes, cultists with their weird helmets and robes. And with that, that is where we will end.
What? No, I gotta fight these things.
Thank you all so much for watching through the crossover episode that no one knew was going to be a crossover.
None of us.
No, entirely organic.
I am going to pat myself on the back because I ended this right where I wanted to.
Nice.
Well done.
Thank you all so much for watching, for hanging out, for having fun, laughing with us, and putting up with our antics. But if you watch this far, then it's probably not putting up with our antics as much as like embracing them.
Yep.
So we love
I
that.
like it.
Thank you guys so much to our patrons, who I don't have the list handy. Culture, can I
I
ask for help?
do. Yes, of course you can. And our patrons are Sparky, Dossivid, Daniel, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, Rockelman, Deathscrap, and Eric Fox.
Woo, woo.
We will see you
Just
all.
went over it last episode, and I still wanted to say Eric Wolf.
We will see you all not next week on Twitch, but we'll be active on YouTube. So if you're watching
Yes,
this on
indeed.
YouTube, comment on any of the videos. We're all pretty active. The Discord link will be in the doobly-doo below. Jump in the Discord, hang out, share your personal projects, memes, questions, concerns, or just weird D&D ideas. With that,
Beatsies for the Kraken.
I got away without saying it. Thank you guys. See you next time.